As always, in the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am, of course, Angel Snub 7, your soul brother, number one. Yeah, I just want to talk with us briefly about a video that I did see. There are so many people now on social media. I cannot keep up with them. It's too many. As I discover them, perhaps I will speak to you guys, my audience, those who subscribe to this channel. I may give you my opinion of some of these persons, and if there are anybody out there that I don't talk about, if you would like to send me an email or a comment and let me know who these persons are, I will take the time to study them, and if it is sufficient, I will give my opinion about their belief system or their activity. I have just recently been introduced to a brother, Carbon Nation TV. I believe that's the channel. This brother calling himself Nature Boy. Many of you may be familiar with Nature Boy. I'm really not informed, so I could be speaking in ignorance, and I don't like speaking in ignorance. But there were some things in a video that Nature Boy was speaking in, and it's two things that I concur with Nature Boy about, and I want to share that with my audience. Nature Boy has a video speaking about our soul brother, Young Pharaoh, and he was talking about of how he admires Young Pharaoh. In fact, he admires so many of us he does not know anything about me. So, I'm not popular enough. I have only 10 subscribers and get 10 views. I don't think that brother would be interested in Angel Snub 7, although Angel Snub 7 has been on YouTube longer than Young Pharaoh, longer than Sarah Sunseti, longer than Sonetta TV, longer than The Advice Show, longer than Cynthia G, longer than all these folks. I've been here. Even though I've had 100 channels torn down, this is the reason why you don't feel my impact, is because Google tears down all my channels, and they are working on my channels right now. This is why I am uploading my 15-minute videos on this channel, because my channel where I always upload 15-minute videos, they have disabled uploading. So I cannot do that. But as you know, 15 minutes expires very quickly. So let's talk about Nature Boy very quickly. Point number one, that Nature Boy, I concur with him. Nature Boy says that we as dark-skinned people on this planet, the descendants of slaves born in America, he suggests to us that we must return to nature. And I do concur with Nature Boy in that. He says that we must be opposite of our oppressor. I concur with Nature Boy in that regard. However, I don't think returning, I really don't think that returning to an actual jungle is the answer. Returning to a primitive lifestyle, I don't think that's the answer. I feel greatly that we can create technology in which is not harmful to the environment, not harmful to this planet, and we can still be technologically advanced, yet and still we live in more of a natural way of life. Now, he keeps talking about the human being and our nature. The problem with that is that the human being has been made so unnatural for so long, we really don't know what our nature is. The only way we would know our nature is to study us in a natural setting, which is impossible. We don't know that. We know the nature of a deer because we can study wild deers in the wild. So we can compare what a deer would do in its natural environment, compare that to what a deer would do if it was in captivity. We know the deer's nature. The human being, we have no way of knowing actually what the nature of a human being is. So the purpose of Bible and Quran and many religious teachings is actually to give you so that you can create a nature, because your nature has been destroyed. They are using the analogy of using a god to tell you to serve a god, but actually what you're doing is building and creating a nature for yourself, because you have been separated from this God or separated from nature. So the Bible and Quran both are giving you rituals. They're giving you ideas in order to bring you back or give you a nature. But sometimes there is a conflict in those things. I will talk about that probably at a later date. Why some of the things in religious teachings, instead of causing you to be natural, really is doing you great harm and making you more unnatural than you probably would have been, because of how, a God did not create the Bible and Quran. It was men, and men are in error. But this does not mean that the people who created Bible and Quran was doing something intentionally to cause you harm. Sometimes we just don't know. We do things to the best of our knowledge. Now, second of all, I would like to say about Nature Boy is that he said, of course, he likes young Pharaoh and even Louis Farrakhan and blah, 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 other brothers. He did not mention sisters. Why people ignore the sisters? Young Pharaoh and Farrakhan and Sarah Seti and Polite and whatever. Why y'all never talk about the sisters? See, and y'all sisters, actually, you embrace these teachings and you embrace these men, but these men are not really embracing you. These religious teachings that y'all gather for, they don't embrace womanhood. If I was a woman, I would not want nothing to do with Nature Boy or Young Pharaoh or nobody that is not embracing womanhood. Of course, here at the Realities Temple, y'all know I embrace the sisters. I love sisters. Sisters is number one on this channel. And y'all would rather go with them people that don't really have no respect for y'all. You go there and you enjoy your servitude. You enjoy your fake equality. That's what you're going to get. You can tell by these men's mindset. They don't have your best interest at heart. Nature Boy, if Nature Boy really was going back to nature, then he knows that he is an assistant to womanhood. Womanhood does not follow him. He assists womanhood. We are mammals, and if you look at mammals in the natural world, mammals are led by females, or the males run solo. Males do not run the family unit. They are the protectors. They don't run the family. They do not run the family. They don't run the group. It is headed by females. That's the natural way of things that we see in mammals. We are mammals. A mammal is any life form that feeds their offspring a form of milk. But let me say this very quickly. He also says, like I said, he admires so many brothers, Polite, Sonetta, whoever. But he says that their problem is they don't like Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh does not. He needs an elder, I guess, with more knowledge, somebody with more experience to help guide his knowledge. Young Pharaoh has knowledge, but he does not have an elder to help guide him in that knowledge. He also says that with proper knowledge causes movement. He does not see a movement. Young Pharaoh talks a lot of things, and the Nation of Islam he talked about. There is no movement. There is no movement. And I concur with him. There is no movement. You have all these YouTubers from Cynthia G, China Fox, The Advice Show, all these people with all these subscribers, but there is no movement. The only thing they do is, just like Nature Boy says, is talk. They do not move. I have to respect Nature Boy because his people actually did move. They moved out of the country. They made a movement. They acted upon their words. So you have to respect Nature Boy and his people for movement. However, I would say this to Nature Boy. Now, you given young Pharaoh advice and said that he needs guidance from his elders, and he views himself as an elder to young Pharaoh. Well, Nature Boy, I'm your elder. Will you take the same advice? Will you heed the same call? You telling another younger man to seek the guidance of his elders, and you are his elder. Well, I'm your elder, Nature Boy. And I admire you and I respect you because you do cause movement. However, brother Nature Boy, when we speak of movement, movement does not always mean we move in a healthy way. You and your people move, but people who are in wheelchairs move. People who are crippled move. When you are getting knocked out, knocked out by a punch and fall on the floor, that's a movement. All movement does not mean that you're moving in a healthy manner. So just because you did make a movement, and we admire you for your move, brother Nature Boy, it does not mean that your movement is correct or it is healthy, or you are not crippled in your movement and you're not handicapped. And I can guarantee, upon the study of your movement, I can probably really see, and just from the outside looking in, I can see that your movement is not as healthy as you believe that it is. When I see you come on camera and there's a woman caressing your body, that's a sign that something is wrong in that movement. That women aren't treated like equals. You're not treating your females in the high regard they should be. Like I was talking about how the females, you feel as though that you are to be served by her instead of you being assistant to your female. Also, you refer to yourself as some type of savior, as some type of messiah. That's a warning sign. When an individual believes that he has been given some type of great knowledge, some type of great wisdom, and everybody has to follow behind them. And you speak of the entire intelligence of your followers, the men in your group, the men. I think that you concentrate. I could be wrong. I don't think that you even made reference to the sisters. You said the brothers around you are just as smart as young Pharaoh. You didn't say your followers. You said that. I believe that you did say the brothers. Again, you excommunicate, ostracize your women. You putting your female in these different inferior type positions. That's a bad sign, brother Nature Boy. That's a bad sign of things. And then I can guarantee you, they don't have any thought of their own. They are regurgitating what comes out of your mouth. And that's not good. When people are truly free in the mind, when they have come back to nature, then you do what's natural by using your brain, the brain that you was given, not a brain that was come from Nature Boy or from young Pharaoh. You use your brain. That's the brain. Nature gives you your own brain. Nature did not give you an empty box so that you can listen and fill your head up with crap from somebody else. You have your own brain because it was meant for you to think for yourself, not allow others to think for you. So that's a problem, Nature Boy. So why don't you take some advice for your elders? Why don't you come here and let us talk. You've seen this video. I would like to talk to you, Nature Boy. We have a lot in common because clearly you're on the right path. We do need to return to nature. But what nature are you talking about? Jot down your comments, y'all. Let's have a nice morning.